Okay, we caught a prairie rattler over in Independence Rock, Wyoming. This is just south of Casper. And Hayburn Clamp, who runs the Serpentarium in Edisto Island, South Carolina, wanted one, so I brought it to him. And here's a picture of Edisto Island. He's got a lot, Edisto Serpentarium. He's got a lot of different reptiles, and it's interesting. I talked to his brother here, but Hayburn's been bit 13 times by poisonous snakes, and I wish I had a picture of his hand to show everybody. But
is it cool?
Canebrake, what's they have down south, these get pretty big. The biggest you'll see down in America is the eastern diamondback. And if you kind of look how fat they get, the size of those heads, those are big. They're a lot bigger than what we got out west. Oxen. Have a triangular body.
Hemotoxin is a little different than neurotoxin. Neurotoxin you can develop a resistance to. More time. Primarily racers are what you're going to see out. You can also find yellow and red rat snakes in here.
Yeah.
There's at least one coach whip that I know of, several king snakes, various non-venomous water snakes. There's a king snake there.
Yeah. About how old is this one?
These alligators.
Those moccasins usually swim on top of the water, don't they?
Yep, yep. They can submerge if they want to, but what you see is usually where moccasins swim. They pop their lungs up to there and float. Water snakes swim with just
they're one of the more aggressive ones out of the moccasins, aren't they?
Well, they get a bad rap, really.
Yeah, it's out of the year.
Neat little snakes.
Yeah, they are. That's why those. You guys usually use a snake hook, don't you, and grab them by their tails?
Yeah.
When you handle them? You don't usually pick them up behind the neck just because it bruises them?
Huh?
Just because it bruises them?
Well, no, actually we do catch them quite often. We're collecting diamondback venom and leaving the snakes in the wild when we do that.
Mm-hmm.
We do catch quite a few. We can just scoop them up and put them in a box. Sometimes we hang a bag on a bush and just put them on in the bag.
Yeah.
Don't always have. Had snakes, and we said, well, these are pretty common what they do, but I'll get you one. So about a week later, we got him a western diamondback. And the next week, his picture was in the paper. He was in the hospital with a snake bite. But he was free-handing them. You know, you can get away with that a long time. I had a little moccasin when I was 14 that my parents didn't know I did that, of course, but I'd come home at night, I'd dump him out in my hands and let the little moccasin crawl around in my hands. And I did that for about 6 weeks. And one day he said, "You bit me right on the thumb, dry bite." And I said, "Okay, no more."
Yeah.
You know, I was a kid and learning. And, you can handle them a long time, but sooner or later one's going to tag you.
Yeah. Bill Kane, he was telling me like it was in the sand and he put his hands underneath to pick it up. That's how he'd
if they crawl up in the bushes, he'd go under them. And they don't usually bite what's holding them.
Yeah.
You know, as long as you don't frighten them with movements and different things, they don't usually bite what's supporting them. And that's how he got away with a lot of them. But yeah, he got bitten a time or two. I'm not sure how many.
Yeah, you guys are kind of the last of a breed, and you know there's less and less people doing that. Let me just tape where your bites were, just to kind of show.
Well, my moccasin bite was right here. My canebrake bite was right here on the end. I have some nerve damage from that. My moccasin bite was on the thumb. I have some nerve damage still from that. The eastern diamondback bite, I had one fang that went in right here and one fang that went in right there. And I have absolutely no damage from that. The crowfab was used, and it impressed me. There was no tissue damage. We had the normal effects before you take antivenom with the swelling and the pain and so forth.
How many vials did they have to give you?
12.
12?
Yeah.
That's a lot. I think I know over like. Now, do you rotate your stock here, or do you usually keep them?
We use them a season.
And then what do you let them go, or sometimes you sell them?
Sometimes we do. Sometimes we turn them loose. Most